So it's time to make your talking bridge video. So I figured I'd give you a couple of tips and tricks to make your video look as good and as professional as possible. Well, after all, it's the only opportunity you get to form some kind of a good first impression or a bond with your potential new customer. And the longer you get them to watch your video, the better your chances become of them listening to the entire video and understanding your message so you can convince them to push that button so you can make the sale. So the first thing I would do is put my camera on its side. That was weird. Remember, because we are using short form video content to drive traffic to our funnel, the majority of our traffic will be viewing our bridge video on mobile. And if you make your video in the upright position, your video will be so tiny on a mobile device. Trying to use a picture of yourself and then just adding your voice does nothing for you. It just bores the customer to death, and you will never build any form of authority. The same thing applies for stupid little royalty-free videos with your voice in the background. I mean, if I wanted to watch a nature or ocean sound video, I would rather go search for it on YouTube. Your new customer wants to see you and get more information from you. You want to position yourself in the middle of the frame. I see a lot of people trying to hide from the camera and it doesn't look good, and neither does this. Don't go too high and don't be too low. Sit back far enough so they don't see your eyes moving while you're reading. But don't sit back so far that they can hardly see you. Make sure your camera is level with your eyes. If your camera is lower, it would seem that you're trying to talk down to people. If your camera is higher than eye level, you seem to be looking up, begging, weak, and unsure. So let's not offend people or look foolish. Background and surroundings. You're trying to sell a lifestyle, and if the paint is peeling off the walls behind you, that does not look good. A piece of cloth costs a couple of bucks, and if you can't, go outside in the garden. Just make sure it's early morning or late afternoon with the sun behind the camera. Never do this when the sun is highest. It will just overexpose you. Lighting also plays a huge factor. You would have to play around with your lighting for a bit and record a couple of practice videos, moving from spot to spot. You don't have to spend money on expensive lighting. As I mentioned, you can go outside and stand in the shade a little or sit in front of a window. Try not to make your video too dark or too light. Now, by the way, if this video is giving you any value and it's been helpful, please, by the way, if this video is giving you any value and it's been helpful, please hit the like button. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified of any new videos I upload. And leaving a comment below this video, even if it's just a thanks, would be a highlight in my day. Practice, practice. Practice your video script, almost to the point where you've memorized it. Stumbling over your words and not knowing what to say kind of looks extremely unprofessional. And the tone of your voice is so extremely important. Use ups and downs to make a point stand out. Plan your script and use capitalization in parts of the script just to remind yourself to emphasize words. Add a smiley face here and there to remind you to smile. Speaking like this in the entire video does not help your cause. The main thing is to look relaxed. Yes, I know it's easy to say, and this might sound stupid, put a photo of somebody you feel comfortable talking to behind the camera and pretend you're talking to them. Make use of a Teleprompter app. I use Android, and Playstore has a free app that does not limit the number of characters, interrupts you while you are reading, or adds nasty watermarks to your video. It's called Elegant Teleprompter. After finishing my script on my laptop, I mail it to myself, copy the text from my email onto my phone, and paste it into my Teleprompter app. This is important. Next, I activate the floating screen option in my Teleprompter app, making it smaller and move it as close to my camera so it appears I'm looking into the camera when reading. My camera is over here. Otherwise, it looks like you're speaking to someone else, and eye contact really makes a big difference. Now, make sure to trim off the front and the back part of the video where you're pressing the record and stop record button. Most phones have a built-in editor, but if yours does not, you can download and use CapCut for free on your phone, or you can go to CapCut.com and use it online from your laptop. Mother buffer. Yes, the annoying waiting time for a video to load. Why do we get this annoying circle when trying to watch a video? The size of the video is too big, so it takes forever to start loading. And if you think for 1 second people are going to sit and wait for 20 minutes for your video to load, someday you're making a big mistake. Having somebody wait for more than 5 seconds is already pushing it. They are simply going to close your video and move on with their day. Bye-bye sale, so make sure you compress it. Now again, the internet has provided us with a free tool. I use freeconvert.com/video-compressor. And by the way, I have left all the links to the tools I've mentioned in the video below this video. So let me show you just how easy it is to use the tool. First, we obviously need to open the tool. Then click on the upload button and select your video. Then we need to click on the gear or settings icon and scroll down to where it says compression method and select target file size. Then in the block directly below it called target size megabyte, you want to enter the size of the output file you want. Now, normally you want to do around 60 or 70 megabytes. Too small and you start losing quality. Too big and you still have the loading issue. But please, don't just use 60 or 70. Do a couple and play around with the settings and see what size works for you. Some phones might create a 1,000,000 megabyte file and some only a couple of hundred. Each device is different, so your target file size will be different. Next, click on the apply settings and compress now. Wait for it to render and then just download your video. And you'd like to join the 3-day Digital Quantum Leap Challenge, I have also left a link below the video. You might also be interested in one of these videos.